Hey yo, what is up, world of tanks? Cobra is back. Now, you know what? I love this tank and I hate this tank all at the same time. I thought, this tank was bad for the game. I thought this tank was gonna be like Crew 2.0, what a huge mistake that was. But I've changed my mind, and today's video is about why. Now, I've been playing this tank quite a bit with all kinds of different configurations. I've watched other streamers playing a different setup, and I had to try and copy them to see what it was like. If you didn't already know about this tank, it's like one of the most broken tanks in the game. 1960 damage in 4.5 seconds. Intra clip is 1.5 seconds. Incredible clip potential. Today we are riding with Kroll 1997. Now, earlier videos I played this tank with a turbo, improved aim, and double vertical stabilizers. Pros are playing this tank with IRM, vertical stabilizers, and double vents. Now, our friend here instead, he's playing with gun lane drive, double gun lane drive, vertical stabilizer, and vents, and he already missed one of those shots. He didn't pen one of those shots, and one of those shots pen and did the minimal splash damage, which was 120, and this will come and bite him later in the game. Now, this is not a setup that I would recommend, double gun lane drive. Now, I could see through his user interface the way that he was aiming while he was playing this game. I can tell you definitively that you are better off if you are running just an IRM, vertical stabilizers, and vents, and maybe even another vertical stabilizer directive. This is what I see the top guys doing. The guys that I'm following, the Russian streamers, averaging like 4.7k damage in this tank. This is the equipment they are running. I decided to run this equipment on my own Cobra, and I found it to be pretty useful. I was running turbo in my earlier videos, a turbo and an improved aim. I've decided to switch to this to see if this setup was better, and I found out that yeah, I can work with this and I think it's quite good. So I would definitely recommend an IRM, double vertical stabilizers, and the vents. Now, what this setup does is it improves your gun handling a lot, and specifically your moving dispersions. The stock moving dispersion penalty is 0.21 in the Cobra. If you are running IRM, double vertical stabilizers, and vents, you will get this 45% penalty reduced, a reduction of 45%, which means the 0.21 dispersion becomes a 0.12 moving dispersion. Now, this is not the greatest because it's not in the single digit numbers where all the good guns usually are, but a 0.12 is very low moving dispersions, and it is a very workable moving dispersions and very competitive in my humble opinion. This is now my favorite tank in the game. In fact, my favorite tank used to be the 1357 AMX, the GF, the tier 7 machine gun, but I feel like the Cobra now is my favorite tank. Now, at first glance, I told you earlier, this tank is OP, overpowered, broken, game changing. It's like the 279E, it's like the Chieftain. In my mind, the team with the Cobra will be the team that will win the games. The Cobra will tip the balance. It will have such a great impact. In fact, a lot of streamers and YouTubers also think along these lines. What are you doing, Wargaming? Why are you releasing a broken tank? You've seen a lot of videos, a video titled this way. I was saying to myself, this is my favorite tank, but this is also my most hated tank, because I was thinking about all the negative things that this tank does. You know, so OP, you can clip out a tank easily, 2000 damage. I felt like this tank shouldn't be in the game. But after a couple of weeks of, you know, giving some more thought about this tank, I've totally changed my mind about this tank. Now, even though I am running 72% win rate solo, and in my hands this tank is completely overpowered, it is broken. I win 72% of the time. I think it's too much. But here's why I think this is actually a brilliant move by Wargaming. Because I think the chaos and the complete unpredictability this tank brings to the game is actually good. If you think about it, any Tom, Dick and Harry can almost one clip a tier 10 heavy tank. 2000 damage if you pan everything, right? Any decent Tom, Dick and Harry could probably do that twice in every game. Now make no mistake, the Cobra has very high skill cap, so it's not that easy to do. It's hard to play and, you know, perform well at the same time. This is actually a good thing. It means not everyone is going to be a god in this tank. You know what I'm saying? Of course, a high skill cap is not going to be a barrier for some inexperienced player, you know, trying to YOLO you to do one clip and die. And this is actually a good thing. This is why I'm totally in support of more tanks like this. The chaos, the unpredictability these types of tanks offer is exactly what we need to keep the balance of the game in check. When maps and tanks, you know, and tank performance in particular are somewhat predictable, the environment it creates only benefits highly skilled and experienced players. What I'm trying to say is, when you are playing in, when you see players in Chieftains and 279Es, these tanks are very predictable. You know they are good. In good players' hands, they're even better. And in that kind of environment, it only benefits the good players, because they are the only ones that can absolutely maximize the performance of the Chieftain or the 279E. Does that make sense to you? Now, when you throw in a tank like the Cobra into the game, a tank that can do almost 2000 damage in 4.5 seconds, this upsets the balance and predictability of the game. Like I said, any Tom, Dick and Harry can flank you and clip your side out and do 2000 damage. So in that sense, this unpredictability and chaos is actually really good, because it means in games where a pro player could, you know, dominate a game in his 279E, for example, at any moment some random guy could just step up beside him, do 2000 damage, and thereby potentially altering the quote predetermined outcome of the game. Does that make any sense to you? It took me a while to wrap my head around this as well, because I was trying to justify how a Cobra can actually exist in this environment. All the players are, you know, upset about this tank. Why does it exist? And I think I know why now, and I think I can get on board, and I think I can support Wargaming's decision to do this. And I feel like it has a place in this game. I feel like we need more tanks like this in the game, just to mix it up, just to throw a wrench in there, just to create more chaos, create more unpredictability, create more chances for a losing team to actually tip the balance and win the game by some sheer luck, or some inexperienced player YOLOing and destroying the best player on the enemy team, or the most OP powerful tank on the enemy team. Anyway, that's just a thought. I might be wrong, but I think I'm right. I think I can figure out what what they are thinking and how they are trying to execute this. But anyway, what are your thoughts? Leave a comment in the comment section below. I'd like to know what you think, and if you like it or you don't like it. Anyway, thanks for watching. I will see you on the next video. Bye.